Well, hospital porters' pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Panwo TV. So I'm taking you today to a place I've never taken you before. And I am here. Look, here I am. See me? This is actually underneath a table in my house. It's the reason I'm taking you here is I wanted to show you this, right? Now, as regular listeners of Panwo Radio will know, I've recently, in my house, I've opted to get the TalkTalk Fibre, which is, this is not an advert for them, by the way. In fact, I'm a bit disappointed with them. But basically, it's fibre optic broadband, it only costs another £1 a month, but it's much, much faster. And I've got a much better internet connection now than I did before. Had a bit of trouble persuading all my housemates to come on board, but eventually I did. And they're all actually quite happy with it now, including myself. Now, the actual router itself, this is actually a picture of the router, but the router itself looks like that. I don't want to show you mine because it's a bit of trouble getting it out. As you can see there, it's encased in some kind of covering. If you notice there, right? Now that's there's a little story behind that, right? Because as you probably know by now, I'm a little bit worried about. I don't really like. I think I've spoken about this before. I'm concerned about the health effects of Wi-Fi transmissions, including wireless routers. Now, my previous modem, not my modem, my router from TalkTalk, I opted to have a wireless. You see there's that yellow wire going out from back. What that is, that's actually connecting our computers to. There's actually 3 of those wires, and they're connecting all the computers in the house to that router. There's one desktop in this room, and there's my computer in my room, and there is one laptop as well, each belonging to me and 2 more of my residents, the residents who share this house with me. Now, I opted originally not to have the wireless connection. We all opted not to have the wireless connection. And it's very easy on the old router we had, the original TalkTalk modem, the original TalkTalk router. You very, very simply just press a button on it, and it switches off the Wi-Fi signal. You can have that option, and you can just run it off the cable on its own. As soon as I got this new one, I plugged in the wires, and I started looking for. Excuse me. I started looking for the button where you switch off the Wi-Fi signal. It doesn't have one. You can't switch off the Wi-Fi signal on this router. I phoned up TalkTalk, their technical support line. I asked them, and they said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if you don't want to use the Wi-Fi signal, just don't use it. Just letting you know. And I said, I just do not want the Wi-Fi signal on. And she said, why? Why not? Is that a problem? And I said, well, yeah. I didn't really feel like explaining to her actually, but it was a problem. Yes, indeed it was. So what I've got a Wi-Fi router now, which is much, much better than my old one, but I've got a Wi-Fi signal I can't switch off. So what I did was, I've basically given it a tinfoil hat. Yeah, the cipher of the conspiracy theorist, the paranoid fear of mind control, etc., etc. I've given it a tinfoil hat. That is basically, you have to use quite a lot of it. I've been looking up on this. In fact, it can actually, it's microwave. It's actually 2 to 5 gigahertz, apparently, according to Barry Trower. Now, it's not like in my hospital. People say, well, you need a lead box or something. You don't need lead. You would for an X-ray thing. You know, like you need a lead for things like X-rays, radiotherapy, nuclear reactor, something like that. And that's what it's got at my hospital. In fact, the X-ray chambers at my hospital have lead shielding in the walls and the doors, and that's why the doors are so heavy. If you are a hospital porter or anyone else at a hospital, you'll know this. This is aluminium foil, which I just bought at the shop. There's a lot of it there. There's an entire roll of aluminium foil all over that, because you need at least 0.5 millimetre, and there's probably more. There's more than that on there. And also, you know, I've got a base as well. It's not just over the top of it. You've got to put it underneath. It's got to completely enclose it. So, because otherwise the rays that come out of it just bounce off other things and reflect back up to you. So it's got to completely enclose it. So That's what I've done. It's basically, there's just a hole, there's a hole at the back which just faces the back garden. That's just to let the wires in and out. I've also put a few air holes in the roof to stop it from overheating. And so I don't know, obviously I don't have the equipment to measure, I don't have a meter or anything to measure the amount of rays coming out of that now. But I've had a look into it, and apparently that should stop most of them. The transmissions, the microwave transmissions from that router. Now, of course, it's not actually possible to completely avoid Wi-Fi in this day and age. I've been talking to people about it. How do you avoid Wi-Fi? How do you avoid these signals? Well, you can't. I mean, there's a flat above me, and there's actually two flats above me right now. I'm on the ground floor, luckily, which they probably have these routers. I mean, there may be one directly above my head. You go on a bus, they got Wi-Fi. You go in a few town, you sit in a cafe, they got Wi-Fi. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't avoid it, but you can minimise it. You can minimise your exposure by not having it in your home. Because I mean, if you look at Barry Trower's website, he's very concerned about this because the frequency that's coming, the wavelength that's coming off these transmissions. Because as I said, there's masts everywhere. There's Tetra. There's mobile phone masts. I don't have a mobile phone anymore. There's like Wi-Fi, like I said. But what's happening is it's exactly the right wavelength to interfere with your brain. It basically jams your brain. Now, and it causes a lot of health problems. And what I'm saying is that it could be a deliberate attempt by the authorities to try and stop us from thinking straight. If you know what I mean. If it jams the signals in your brain, then it can, because your brain is electrical, basically an electrical device. It's a perfect form of mind control, isn't it? So hopefully what you see here, will keep me safe. This little tinfoil hat, this little base under there. I've got some orgonite there, just in case. I've put some orgonite down there. It might help. And well, obviously, time will tell whether it works or not. But everyone in this house is happy for me to do this. No one's objected, so I've done it. But I mean, I'm a bit concerned actually. Talk. I did say this to this lady. I mean, why can't Talk give you the option like they did on the old router of switching off the Wi-Fi signal? Simple as that. I mean, why is that a problem? Why does it occur to them people might want to switch off the Wi-Fi signal? Maybe someone's told them not to. Maybe so. No. Make sure they all get bathed in Wi-Fi. Try and stop us people who are suspicious and concerned for our health and for our well-being, and for the sanctity of our mental sovereignty. Maybe it's to stop people like us from escaping. With the old routers, we could escape. With these ones, we can't. Well, this is a method. If you get one of these routers, all right, this is a method you could use to try and protect yourself and your family and your friends and your home from the harmful effects of it. Basically, you just get a cardboard box and you wrap a lot of aluminium foil around it, including underneath. Have a base, have something else underneath it, and wrap that around just as much. Like I say, you need at least 0.5 millimetre. So that's probably an entire roll would do the trick, because that's about 1 millimetre. It's almost you're sort of like doubling up there. And I don't know for certain. Maybe some of you will disagree, but from what I've seen, that will actually protect you. Okay. Well, thank you for watching Panmo TV. This has been me, Ben Hamlin-Jones, underneath a table in my house. You've never seen that before, have you? Hospital porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order.